I'm J. Lenora Bressler, and welcome to the January 3rd, 2019 edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details. Over the last couple days, we've been looking at Romans chapter 8 and talking about how do we manage expectations in a new year, but still in an old and fallen world. And we were talking about that in Romans 8, Paul very candidly tells us what we already know, which is that even at its best, life in our current human condition is going to be filled with struggles and frustrations and groanings. We're going to be disappointed by things and people, including ourselves, in the new year. I know that may not sound like a wonderful message for the new year, but it is an honest one, and it's an important one. We do not want to fall prey to what's known as the it just went out of my mind. Where everything has to be perfect, or you feel like that everything is terrible. We want to manage our expectations. But today I want to continue in Romans 8, because as we understand that, yes, there are going to be struggles in the new year. Don't let that come as a surprise or a shock or a disappointment to you. We do have hope. And I want to pick up in Romans chapter 8, verse 25. But if we hope for what we do not yet have, then we wait for it patiently. Perhaps your translation says expectantly. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not even know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit Himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. And He who searches our hearts knows the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for God's people in accordance with the will of God. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. For those God foresaw, He also predestined to the image of His Son, that He might be the firstborn among many brothers and sisters. And those He predestined, He also called. And those He called, He also justified. And those He justified, He also glorified. My friends, most of us know that when things happen which are unplanned, when we don't understand what's going on, we know we should pray. The problem is that oftentimes we're so confused, we're so ignorant, we're so discombobulated, if you will, that we don't even know what to pray for. And yes, we can pray in general, oh, thy will be done, but we don't really know, well, and which way does that mean I go here? What decisions do I make? How do I respond, etc.? The great thing for you and me to know is that in the new year, we never pray alone. Do you realize that? You never pray alone. You have a translator. The Holy Spirit takes whatever gobbledygook is in your mind or that you're speaking out of your mouth and packages it in a way that is acceptable and worthy. How wonderful is that? The idea that the Holy Spirit is actually helping you to put into words for the Lord what you really mean and what you should be saying, whether you even have the capacity of the Lord and are called according to His purpose. My friends, let me just tell you something. You do not need to worry that one moment of your life in the new year is going to be wasted, or that there's not good that can come from it. That is a promise from the Lord. If you belong to Him, you may think that you made a mistake. You may think, and it may have been a mistake, but you know what? He can redeem it. You may feel that you've lost time, that you've lost money, that you've lost relationships. You know what? God can make a great lesson out of that. He can close one door and then open another one because the first door was closed. What a glorious promise to go into the new year with, knowing that no matter what it appears at the moment, no matter how something appears to be that you're sliding back, that you're